So as you clearly see, it is way much convincing to say that with that light I look super good. Anyway, so it is way much more convincing to say that if you are like doing spiritual work, spiritually speaking with some beings, which means fighting against the demon or something like that. Or you being good or bad, and then there are so many footage about that, right? Spiritual experience, right? It is way much convincing to say that a lot of spiritual beings talking to you, like for example, in my case, I didn't have any information about this. What is that? Gibbon Burton guy, right? I didn't have any information, but I guessed right his age. I didn't know everything about Chekon and Gibbon Burton, which means they kept spying on my entire life, and they were telling the story like a telepathic way using Brandon Yopman when he was connected totally to me. If I didn't trust Brandon Yopman at all, like hopelessly, it doesn't happen. But I trusted him a little bit hard. That was the problem. Once he have done something wrong, you cannot trust. You should never give any chance. And that's why these Korean people were using Brandon Yopman, the Harvard guy. He was like pretending to on Korean people, and I suggest him, in that case, you can betray them if you want to save your ass. And then he went crazy. Betrayer. Once you betray someone for bad purpose, you betray like everyone, and then you left alone. When you cannot live without people, most of people cannot live without people, and I cannot live with people, which means, let's get back to the subject. So, since I didn't trust Brandon Yopman at all, in that case, a spiritual thing can be total scam. For example, while I'm like watching the screen, if I give any hope to, if I fancy someone, for example, in the spiritual conversation, there was Chekon and Gibbon Burton was at the end of a conversation. He was just, how would I know he been stalked or something? I just give some present so that I figure out what kind of is this guy. Turns out to be he was a total puppet of these Korean people. There is no excuse. If you are wearing that puppet, even if it's false, this guy's character was totally made by these Korean people. They were like, there are so many Korean people in his life, right? And that's how they were like building his personality. That was the crazy part. Why we fancy spiritual conversation? Because it feels like they understand me. Because they've been stalked to you entire life. Even before you are born, they are spying on you since childhood, and you are like you are about to beautiful. They make you intentionally ugly, and they build you personality so that they can make you believe that you are so fucking ugly, incapable. That's what I'm kept hearing from Korean people. None of that word. Sometimes I pretend to be, but if it's not me, it's not working usually, because you know what? I'm just who I am. And if you don't send a psychopath who don't listen to people at all, like a foreigner, I'm talking about foreigner, you will be possessed by Korean people. That I see so many people possessed by Korean people. Your personality was built by these Korean people who watch your private life. Do you remember what I have? How algorithm is like manipulating you? It's way much more than that. It's way much bigger than that. That's why the stalking, the spying on your life illegally, that should be charged as hard as fuck. Like your life value multiply million times bigger. And I'm gonna find all the criminal act and I'm gonna like make them charge all the people who watch your private life illegally. Okay? So yeah, Devon Broughton was like a totally built personality by these people. He was in my spiritual game. The scariest part, I was sus about him, but other people, I totally believe them. That's the shittiest part. I'm telling you, that scary spiritual thing is like a total scam. How? Because they pretend to understand you. You are like so harassed by people. They try sugarcoating you, because you are like a seagull of people. That's why you stuck here in your crib, and they understand very well because a long time of observation, spying on your private life with algorithm, etc. They even show up, choose you, like make you see. For example, in my case, that was Chekan. And they build that kind of spiritual being. I don't know if Chekan was built or not. I want to believe that he is me kind of person who pretend to sometimes actually make them believe that. Let himself go to figure out more. But if you are like you are not that intelligent, I just figured out that spiritual thing is a scam, huge scam. Because when you are like so fucking stressed, traumatized, you are like stuck in your house. They are even using that kind of situation, pretending they cannot show up or any. I said it, all the Koreans are liberal. They cannot show up, so they are using foreigners' identity. I'm Chekan, I'm God. And they are acting that kind of role. And even I am Korean Chekan, I am Korean bands 1, 2 million, 25, 6. What the fuck? It's beyond the craziness. And using that kind of persona created by these people, that Chekan is actually wearing on my algorithm through image. They are like, you have hope, you have Chekan, you gotta trust yourself. And that's how they jerk off. I'm God, jerk off. Stop. You gotta be raped in real life because I'm Chekan. And then we're gonna a lot of a bunch of douchebag who looks a little bit like Chekan. I'm Chekan. I'm fake Chekan. I know you do know that I'm not Chekan, but you don't have any chance just to be raped by me because I am similar. I'm fake version of a Chekan. How does it sound? And they were gonna act like a prince, when they are so fucking ugly and incapable. That's what ugly, incapable people do. You are that kind of people. Your God is here. Jerk off! I'm the God!